Assalamu alaikum everybody. I just wanted to clarify something I forgot to say. While I'm wearing this shirt and you have the same background, I'm recording them on March 15th, so even though the dates on here aren't the right dates, that's the one I put on because it's the approximate date of when the events happened. So, my new place, haven't told you about it. I've been here for a few days, and at first it was very hard because I was used to waking up very late and going to class, and the commute was a lot less, and I knew where everything was, and there were some friends who were close by and stuff like that. But, slowly, every day, I'm getting more used to it, and I'm liking this place more, and it feels like it's at home. And also, in the same building, there are two other students from another Arabic program. I'm on the first floor. Again, I said it's Bir Masoud, which is in Miami, close to Shara Khalid bin Walid, so somewhere around there. Uh, One student lives on the floor above us. We're on the first floor, and another student lives on the seventh floor. So there's this lady who's her host mom. Her name is Mama Batta, which literally means mother duck, which is funny but weird. But I'm getting used to that. And she cooks awesome food, and she invited us to dinner just a couple days ago. I still haven't gone grocery shopping, so that was awesome. And hopefully she'll invite us some more. I'm looking forward to that. Where do I live? So this place is supposed to be where Egyptians come to spend the summer, or well, this is what I heard, and then I'll tell you how it sort of changed. When they come to Alexandria, you have the foreigners and the Europeans, and where they go, and the Americans. Well, it's supposed to be where the Egyptians come. So I thought, great, because I want to be around people who are speaking Arabic, just so you can learn the culture. Come here to live in the bubble. But I've seen some pretty weird things. Now, remember that Dave Chappelle stand-up comedy where he says, I'll repeat this again, where he says he saw the baby. It was 3 a.m. So I've been seeing a lot of babies on the street just walking around. First one was when I went to get some food, some bean sandwich, and there were just these three kids playing in the dirt, and it was like this place where I think they demolished this old apartment or something, or some sort of building. So I mean, it was dangerous stuff. I mean, you had pieces of metal and bricks and dirt. They were just sitting there barefoot and just playing around, having a good time, no socks. I mean, there were some dirty babies. It must have been like 2 or 3 years old. They could barely talk because while I was buying my sandwich, one of them came up, and it turned out the lady who was selling it to me was his mom. So I guess she was semi close by, which is cool. It was only like maybe 10 meters or something away, uh, and he just came by and he was like, rah, rah, rah. He couldn't really talk, but I was like, man, that's weird. But it happens in the U.S. too, in the ghettos. It does happen in the U.S. in the ghettos. But then something really scary happened a few days ago. I saw this one kid, and he was just sitting there. Again, approximately same age. I mean, he was 3, 4 years old. Actually, even younger, because it didn't seem like he could talk. I mean, I tried talking to him. I tried telling him, like, stay away. He just wouldn't understand. So maybe even 2 years old, and he was barely walking too. Like, to get on off the curb, he was just like sliding off. And sliding off, I mean, his bare stomach, because his shirt came up, his bare stomach was scratching across the concrete. He had no socks on, nothing on his hands, and he was just like playing around. But I mean, the cars just go by really quickly, so I was worried about him. So this one car comes by and almost hits him, so I took him away. I thought I saved his life, and I was like, wow, that was crazy. And I was like, look, where's your mom or anything, or stay away from the street. And he just didn't understand me, so I was like, I don't really know what to do. And this was terrible, and I feel so guilty for doing this if something bad had happened. And in the future, I don't know what I'm going to do, because a similar thing happened today, and I just don't know what to do anymore. But I took a few steps forward. I was maybe like 5 meters away, and then I hear beep, and I hear people start screaming. I thought that he got run over or something, God forbid. But I turn around, and this one taxi almost ran him over again. He was in the same place. He tried crossing the street again. Obviously, I mean, he's just a little kid. He doesn't know any better. And this lady was screaming. I don't know what she was saying, but I think she was saying, "Where's his mom?" I don't know. I just heard screaming and stuff like that. And she may have been speaking in an Upper Egyptian accent. So I'm not sure. But I think they eventually found his mom. I hope so. I mean, he could have even been kidnapped or something. But weird. And then today, while I was walking home, I saw another, little baby around the same age too, but this time it was a girl. The first two were boys. She was just sitting there on the curb, and I was just like, I don't know what to do, you know? And, in America, if you kind of approach a kid, it's really weird. They might think you're a child predator or something. So I'm afraid of that. I don't want to come off that way, but I want to help at the same time. But it doesn't look like there's any mom or anything around, and it's on our street, so I don't know. I don't want to give up, but if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Um, so, yeah, there are bugs in every apartment. Actually, I think there's less here. But once, when I came home, and we turned on the sink, I killed like 10 ants, along the way. There's a lot of ants here. But I didn't tell this story. I wrote this down. From our old apartment. So I wear Crocs, right? And no, I'm not, no. I only have them. I did not buy them, I swear to God. I only have them because they were free after a camp because nobody wanted them. So I was like, hey, why not? So, as you can tell, they have these holes in them, right? And it's supposed to be cool, while washing your feet, or if it's wet, they'll just slide out. But they also have a disadvantage as well, and that's protection, my friends. So that feeling you get when your hair starts standing up and it feels like there's a bug on you, right? But it's never, ever, ever a bug. Well, I was in the bathroom once, and I got that feeling like on my foot, and I was like, man, it's that feeling. I hate that feeling. So I shook my foot around, and this bug crawled out of one of the holes. I was like, oh man, and I like kicked it off and stuff. But you know what? This is their natural environment. We came here, and we humans built these houses and these structures on their land. So I guess we're just guests here, so we'll live with that. Cold shower. So the hot water, there's a problem with it. The heater, I don't know, it doesn't work or something. So I've been taking cold showers. It reminds me of camp, except it's not only for 1 week, and it's not like where everybody else is doing it too. So you're just like suck it up and be a man. It makes me want to shower less, which yes sounds disgusting, but it might explain why all the unclean things and the unclean people maybe in this part of town. I don't know, but today when I showered in the cold shower, it actually, I'm getting more used to it, so I think I could just handle it. You just jump in, it's like jumping into a cold pool. And it also, reminds me of how privileged I was. I mean, I had hot water. I mean, all you who are watching this who have hot water, you should not take that for granted there, because there are so many people who don't even have hot water, and you just have to get used to it. Now it's getting pretty warm here, but imagine in the winter. I mean, that's pretty hard. Crazy guy upstairs. It reminds me of the apartment Marigold in East Lansing, where I heard there's always people fighting and stuff. This dude was yelling like a madman. It didn't sound like he was angry. It sounded like he was mad, like just crazy. You know what I mean? And I heard him running. It was on the floor above us. And I heard stuff breaking and ladies yelling. But they weren't yelling like, I don't know, it was a weird yelling like, stop, But it didn't sound like he was hitting people. I hope it wasn't domestic violence. But they didn't seem scared, but they were all yelling. It was just weird. The Egyptian in me wanted to go up and see what's going on. I even peeked through the hole, admittedly. But then I heard him coming down the stairs, and I was like, this guy's crazy. I don't want him coming in here and stuff. So I'm just gonna, stay inside. Maybe he was mentally ill. I don't know. And I'm not trying to be, politically correct or whatever, but I don't know. Maybe he had a problem. By the way, talking about the Egyptian in me, I'm finding myself staring at a lot of people more. I'm working on getting rid of this habit. I don't mean harm by it. I swear. It's just like the Egyptians. I just start staring at people, and it's not like I'm staring at girls or checking them out. Someone does something, and when the whole crowd stares, I just stare with them. So I guess I'm becoming more Egyptian, but I'm gonna try to get rid of it, inshallah, before I go back to the U.S. because then I'm gonna look like a weirdo. There are no windows in my living room, so that's weird. But there's one kind of close by. It's different than looking at the sea, but I'm gonna get used to it. It's really made me think of the ghetto in the U.S. because coming from West Bloomfield, I mean, really privileged. Coming from that community, I think about the other communities in the U.S., and especially in Michigan and Detroit and Flint,